What up, everybody, and welcome back to Chat and Chill. And today is a very, very special day. Wasn't even meant to film today, but my boy Reis hit me up. If you don't see the Instagram picture, freeze the crowd. You already know what's going down. So, you know when you got your manager, you got to cling on to him and you got to hurt him a little bit on camera. So we're banging quick.
It's what happened off camera you need to be worried about. I'm hurting. That's why I'm sitting like this. Like my intestines are fucked.
But we got a shout out, man.
Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can do it.
Cool, shit.
You got a shout out, he's a presenter. You can catch him on TV, Sky One, if you want to be Pacific. He's been around Channel 4, been around everywhere. He's funny, he's a comedian, short films to film. Hey, you know what, he does kind of too much. He even got his own business, so I'm just going to say big up to Reis for coming through. And Reis, I guess we've got to start with Freeze the Crowd, since he was just talking about 10 seconds ago on camera. How did it come about?
Freeze the Crowd is something I've had in mind for a long time.
Yeah.
It's, I always thought that the agency system and the structure in the industry is outdated.
Yeah.
I feel like they are seeing it too much as a business and not as an entertainment industry. You're not artists anymore, and they're losing that connection with their clients. There's a lot of agencies with hundreds of people in their books. There's agencies I won't name that are known to have their top 5 or 10 or 15, and everyone else on their books is there just to fill.
Oh, that's exactly the same with YouTube. I was with a YouTube network, and they had like, it was a top network as well. They had people like KSI on there, so I'm there like, yeah, I got a good network. You know, they have like the top 5, which is KSI, basically the Simon, all of them, and then the rest of us were just there like,
okay,
chilling, we get no benefits, no promo, and they just take 10%.
You're the supporting actor. Go on, guys. Go on, guys.
Yeah, they're just taking our 10%, and it's just like, why am I here?
It's a tough way to work it, because obviously with the platforms like YouTube and having that ability to produce yourself online, as well as finding the line between the industry and online, and obviously a lot of things are on Netflix and a lot of things have been casted now
100%.
are all from YouTube. So you have the avenue where you can produce yourself, as yourself are doing, you're doing yourself, but also there's a structure of that, still the old-fashioned avenue where people like myself go through drama school, do all that, and it's like, what is the right thing to do? Now, YouTube wasn't as established as it is now when I was starting out, so I went down that.
Would you say YouTube has kind of like, because obviously you went through, I know a lot of people that do acting, and when I talk to them, they sort of feel like YouTube has now killed the old way of getting into the media industry.
In an essence, it has and it hasn't. There's obviously opportunities where I've lost out on roles because I haven't got enough viewers or followers or whatever on Twitter, Instagram. And if you've got that platform on social media where you could publicise your film or the production that you're in without having to pay the money, you know what I mean? You're not having to do the old-fashioned way where you're getting marketing companies in. You're literally going, Gary, you've got 20,000 followers, put the poster up, Bob's your uncle, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
it's true,
sell some tickets for us. And it's all there for you. But I think that the powers that be, the Dom Perigons, are clamping down again and trying to reform it and trying to restructure it back to the old way, and this is where we're losing the track, is where they're trying to redefine it, where they're saying like, this is our party, that's yours, and the urban artists are struggling to infiltrate that, and I think the grime scene has a massive, well, hats off to the grime scene basically, because they're knocking down walls, they're knocking down barriers, but at the same time for an actor it's just like the new film Intent 2, Getz is the lead guy. Now Getz has not acted before now. Apparently he's doing a great job, so you can't discount that.
You know, essentially brought UK films, especially the urban UK films, because I've always thought that, like, when people compare films, they compare it to everything within that film. When I look at like, because they're kind of like grime based, the actors are very like within grime. The actors as well are very underground as well, because they're not all like big. But when you compare it to like a film, I would say maybe bigger budget. Do you feel like those type of films are looked down upon because they don't come out with the same quality? I mean, it goes on to urge and it builds a buzz because, you know, like Stormzy was on the late, was it Brotherhood?
Brotherhood. Whatever, one of those.
One of those, And Stormzy was on it, so people watched it because Stormzy was doing really well. But in terms of the actors on that film, I only knew about 2 of them. You know what I mean?
I feel like so you know what, I have, it's a bugbear of mine because I have an opinion where Brotherhood, your Anotherhoods, your Intents and all this what are they all? They're gang-based, street-based, council estate-based films. I'd love to see my brothers from the industry coming out and go, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a fucking police drama. We're going to do a government thing where we're a new black government. We're going to do a more and it sounds ignorant, but a more intellectual form, and put a spin on it. But I think they found their market, and that's where their fans are giving them credit for. That's where they're based. That's where they can obviously get their stimulus from their backgrounds. I get that, but if you want to cross that boundary. And cross that boundary. Don't sit in your comfort, because then you will be looked down upon, because they're going, well, you guys do that because we don't understand that world, because we're from this world, and you're separating the two. You need to cross that line. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say I'm a street guy myself, but I wouldn't say I fit in that category either. And that's why I'm trying to reform this circuit in the middle, where there's more collaboration between actors and directors and producers and the writers as well, obviously. And we're building in a way that isn't just segregating us into one little party. We have the opportunity to expand our minds, and that's worldwide, because I've got on our books, we've got Spanish artists, German, Americans, this and that, the other, and they need you need that, because everyone's got their own vision, their own ideology of what things should be and how they should be. And I think it's a very fine line, but I think they've found their niche, because that's the niche they've been allowed to have.
Don't you think? Because I look, it's a great niche, because you know, if you're black and you know you're used to what you're used to, then in a way it works. And a lot of them are musicians that sing about that, so I understand why they kind of stick to it. But then we have actors like Idris Elba, John Boyega, Amal Amin. They've all gone overseas to do other things. Even Bashi. Bashi is like known for his grime music, but he's acting in 24 in America. When we should be giving him a role here in a big series show here, but they're not getting that here.
It's a strange path, and I think someone like Bash has been given that opportunity through the connections he's made from grime. And I found it interesting. I was looking at the old Instagram stories the other day, and there's Idris Elba kicking it with Notes, Michael Deeper, and Tiny Temple. And I'm like, dude, you're 50, Deeper. Like, you are so fucking old. Like, he's there with grey hair, and they got this picture. My man's just like on the side, like, I'm like, dude, man, I know your girlfriend's about 22 or whatever shit, yeah. But you need to relax. Like, get your slippers on, get your pipe out, and then just chill. Like, he's a fantastic actor. He's a great guy. Not a fan. I like Deeper. But I'm not a fan of, obviously, that depiction of it again. So I'm saying, crossing over the line with police dramas, what is he? He's over-aggressive, overzealous, he's violent.
100%.
He's still the depiction of the ideology of the powers that be are trying to portray on the black man. He still played that character. Then again, like you said, you want to be the new fat James Bond. Why couldn't he be the first black James Bond? It would make him suave, it would make him sophisticated, it would make him part of that party. He couldn't be part of that party yet.
But you can't, no.
And I think social media and this reform of the grime scene has separated it even further, because they're going, right, we're giving them what they want, we're giving them their bit, and we're still holding. Kano in Top Boy. My man killed it, Rude Boy. Like, he was awesome. Like, I thought he was a great actor, one of the best actors in the show. What's he done since?
Nothing.
Now, any other show, if that was Benedict Cumberbatch, my man would be doing this, that, and the other. He'd be in America, he'd be here, he'd be Australia, he'd be wherever he wanted to be. He'd be in films, but Kano couldn't do that.
Even Ashley Waters, to an extent, I feel has not really fulfilled his potential.
No, not at all.
He's done like many roles.
I love him in another hood, though.
But he never seems to get main roles, or should I say a huge-ish role. Because he's on a new TV series, I can't remember what it's called. But even then, he's very in and out.
And I'm not sure what it is. And when you put people up for castings, a massive thing is their training. In an essence, you have to build your own platform if you haven't done the training, haven't done the time, or you have to be very lucky. You have to be very lucky. There's so many people out there that want to do it. There's so many people with the ability. You just have to have the luck and the charm and the opportunity to actually get there. And I think to have a recurring role, maybe sometimes it's not what you do on screen. It's how you are off screen. They want you to fit a certain mould. They want you to be able to. They want to be able to go out to a wine bar and eat canapes and have a conversation about economics with you. And if you can't do that, then I couldn't.
So do you think your intellect plays a role in it as well then? In terms of the people you meet? Because...
Well, who says it doesn't mean someone's not like Carla, very intelligent man.
Yeah.
Obviously hasn't acted in anything as I know. But it might be not just your intellect, it could be your view on situations. Okay. Now, right, look at this. So my man, the little dude from the H&M thing, right? There is a lot of hysteria over it from the black community, and obviously from most communities, and people having strong opinions. But from my feed, I have a very diverse Facebook feed, and there's a post like, you're finding problems in this, and there was people sharing a picture. You're just finding problems in this, is making racism a problem. Racism isn't a problem unless you make it a problem. Says the white man. Says the guy that doesn't experience the racism. So it's not a problem for you. You can't see it because you're not in the circles where... Because racism is the norm, and racism isn't... You don't have to call someone a nigger or a wog or whatever to be racist. 100%. You don't have to say gook, you don't have to say this. You can literally just go... Treat someone differently. You know what I mean? You could... I have people... It could be a simple thing as... I'm driving in my car and I let someone cross the road, and they look at you and they say thank you one way, and then look at you and go... Nah, I'm not going to say thank you, and carry on walking. I'm like, I let you cross. He's okay to say thank you. You're not going to say thank you to me because you looked at me and decided not to.
Exactly,
That's still... Because you're... What can you see from the car? You haven't heard me speak, you don't know what I'm like, you don't know who I am as a person, there's nothing wrong with my car, so you're looking at me. And the only thing you can see as me is my complexion.
Exactly,
That's why you've chosen it. And I'm not even that dark. But I went from London down to Essex in the place where I was technically the black kid. And I've experienced, you've had that fine line. I go to a black family's house, right, and I'm the white boy. Like I had a theme song when I went to my cousin's house. It was like, they call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. Then I go to a white family's house. My cousin's just like, he thinks it's okay to say nigger in front of me. He's like, my nigger. I'm like, nah. But I found it down my way because I'm not full black. People often think it's okay to go say borderline racist things to me, but not to me, but about people. Like, oh, don't you think Africans stink? No. Why is it okay? Like, Melvin's sitting over there. You didn't say it to Melvin. He's dark as fuck. Like, but you said it to me. Like, why did you say it to me? But like, you get it, won't you? What? Because my mum's white. Doesn't mean I get it. Like, shit. But I used to get that a lot, and still to this day. And it's a very... I've experienced a lot of ex-girlfriends' families. They accept me at first, and then like, apparently I have black traits and mannerisms and I'm bullshit. I've got a tan, I'm self-assured. That's what it is. But in the industry, that would be betrayed. You've got these circles where they've never experienced being around different ethnicities, races, and had to understand it because they're so closed off and they're so privileged that they've never had to bend their minds to that direction. And it's trying to tell them that their understanding of the world and what they know and how to react to people is wrong, baffles them. Because you're telling someone their whole ideology, their whole life. Did you see Jamali Maddox's Hate Thy Neighbour? He does a series on Vice, right? So he goes to all these different places around the world and meets like racist people. He goes to the KKK, he goes to Israel. The only place he got attacked was here, bro.
Swear down.
Here.
Yeah, but we're so rude.
And people don't realise it. There's not racism problem. America, because they shoot them. No, if we had guns, my man would be dead.
If we were legalising guns, it would be pissed. You couldn't even go to Swansea.
Swansea. Away, Dave. Alright, come on, boys. Fuck you now. Swansea of all places.
Did you hear about the black guy that got beaten up for dating a white girl in Swansea?
No.
Yeah, so girl was dating a black guy, and when she was walking down the street, they just beat him up because he was black.
Jealousy.
So,
was she walking with a limp? Like, you made that white girl limp. You bastard. Heard about you. Does she need a wheelchair? Fucking.
You know what they say, once you go black, you never go back.
Oh, but why did all my ex-girlfriends leave me? That's the white side.
Alright, let's do it. I guess on that note, we'll go on to a quick ad, I'll show you an ad, and then, yeah, we'll just talk shit after.
You got ads?
Yeah. You didn't even know.
Go ahead and play with another night. I'm done. I'm done. Love with another, several others. I'm done. I'm done. Flex your way out of here. Go flex your way out of here. Go ahead and play with another night. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. You are not the same. I can't pretend you are. Why should I be feeling?
Spoke about something else, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never spoke football though.
Okay.
You like football? Yeah. Yes, we're having a first football thing.
Okay, cool.
What's so much shit?
Who's
First of all, so we can just start there. What do you think about Fellaini, man? How's Fellaini looking for you? Do you want him back? Not even back. My boys is trying to sign Fellaini. Hey, that's boys to sign Fellaini wherever we go.
Wait. Who did you support?
But United. You can't say nothing to us right now.
What do you mean?
I mean, you can technically, because that's a West Ham fan.
Wait.
You're not necessarily competing at the top, so you can laugh at us.
Right. Have you ever lived in Manchester?
I hate this, man.
Have you ever lived in Manchester?
I've been there.
Fucking day trip. Went on a day trip when I was 5. Now I'm a United fan. Where do you live, Gavin? Oh, I live in Essex, mate. Yeah, fucking love Man United, mate.
Have you ever lived in West Ham? It's not even called West Ham.
The first stadium was in East Ham. So the stadium is in Stratford. Still in Stratford.
First time I lived in West Ham, what the fuck?
Yeah. I've lived close by. Well, my dad's from Forest Gate.
Oh, is it?
So that's where it came, bloodline. So my uncle's been a season ticket holder for like 29 years.
Yeah.
So what about your family?
Oh, well, Africa, Sweden, I don't know how we support
What's your African team?
I can't even name you one. I can't even name you a Ugandan player. That's how bad it is.
I can't. No.
They're just that bad. I don't even think there's even one in Europe.
Oh shit!
I'll be surprised if there is one. FIFA doesn't show me. You know when you play FIFA,
and
there's no Uganda section. Like you can't sign a player from Uganda. It doesn't exist. You can create a player and be a pro as Uganda, but that's not it.
Then it's just no international career.
Literally, you're just fucked. You might as well just play for like England or some shit.
I was saying that I was trying to get my dad's from Dominica, like his family's from Dominica, and I was trying to get one of their football shirts. And because they're a small island, the football shirt's £180. I couldn't believe I nearly died. I didn't die, but they beat the USA 2-1. And after that, they just went skyrocketed,
That's it.
Yeah, madness. So, what do you think about this season? Do you think you have a chance of catching up Man City?
Oh, hell no.
No.
12 points clear. I mean, they lost one game against Liverpool, but that's kind of expected.
I knew they was going to lose that game because Liverpool's the only team that could do it at Anfield.
Yeah. To be fair, Liverpool's the only team that will play City at their own game.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but they always seem to outscore them anyway.
It's pressure. City hasn't been pressurised this season. You guys didn't have Pogba, so you sat back too deep.
Yeah.
We definitely sat back too deep.
And they just should have won, though.
Yes, but yeah.
You know the
I said that against Brighton and we lost 3-0. You know what I mean? We should have won most games and we lose. So
but it's funny how West Ham's season has changed. Beginning of the season, everybody was leaving early, even though you guys still liked your manager.
Yeah,
like it was weird. Normally when a team's doing badly, you hate your manager.
No, I didn't like him. I didn't like him.
Oh, you didn't like him?
I think people liked him because he was a naughty bastard, but he's not a great manager. He hasn't got the brain. He hasn't got the technical finesse.
Yeah.
He has this structure and he has relationships with players, and he likes you or he doesn't. So he plays you if he likes you. But he never built a team, and that's something about Moyes. I think Moyes has been underappreciated in a lot of the clubs he's been to. Now he's not a top flight manager. He's not a Man United manager. He's not. But he wasn't given the chance. And he had the same statistics as LVG. There's no reason why he shouldn't be given a better chance. He shouldn't have got the job in the first place. Fact. But he should have been given a chance. And now at West Ham, I think he's our perfect manager. He's a tactical manager to some respect, but he builds a team. So it doesn't matter if you're Chicharito and you're a world-class player, you just got this amount of goals. Yeah. If you're not part of the team, and that's our problem this season. We brought in Chicharito to fill a void, and he had a bad attitude. The first time he scored, no one celebrated. They left him. He's got 2 goals as well. And people were like, yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for the goals. Like, fuck you. And then Arnautovic came in, and he was playing, and he wasn't playing. He was playing, he wasn't playing. So he never found his feet, and he's got an ego, and he's a bit arrogant, and he needs to be put on a pedestal. And now he has been. Look what he's doing. My man's a boss.
He played up front the last
Yeah.
Bloody.
He's 6'2".
Yeah, I know, but you look at I look at Arnautovic, and he's like a Shaqiri to me.
Shaqiri.
A player that's supposed to be
I thought you said Shakira for a second. Shakira. Oh, Arnautovic, you moves so bad.
But don't you just think, Arnautovic, like, he was at Inter Milan, and so was Shaqiri.
Yeah.
They both ended up at clubs. Well, okay, they both went to Stoke, funny enough.
Yeah.
But they both just or even like Boyan, they're all the same players that are actually good on their day, but can't do it consistently.
Yeah, that's like Southampton. Look at the players they've got with Redmond, Tadic, and all those guys. I want them to go down because we were meant to get Tadic last season.
Liverpool might get him.
Liverpool
get that.
I will take Lallana. That's fine. We'll take Lallana any day of the week, mate. Look at Ox. I know he scored the other day, but like that was a move for him because he's finally found his feet. There's so many transfer rumours at the moment. I find funny. What do you think of the old Sanchez, Mkhitaryan swap?
I actually don't want Mkhitaryan. I don't think Mkhitaryan's been bad.
Yeah.
But how can you lose a player that had the most assists in Europe 2 years ago and scored 20 goals? He got 35 assists and 20 goals in one season.
Why has he lost his place in your team?
You know Mourinho. If you don't track back and work hard, you're pointless.
Yeah, or kiss ass.
Alexis Sanchez would do what Mourinho wants. He runs around like a dickhead.
Well, I know he's doing well at the moment. What do you think of Lingard?
Do you know what's funny? I still think Lingard is crap.
He's terrible. He's terrible. He scores. I'm like, how have you put that ball in the net? You haven't done fuck all game. You run backwards. You run it like a headless chicken round a circle. You're all gangly. You get knocked off the ball, and then you score a worldie from 40 yards out. How?
He's like Lingard. He's top 5 goal scorer in the Prem.
Ashley Young in his first season, same player. Same statistics. It's just ridiculous how he was terrible as well. Why you bought him in the first place? Next thing, he's banging balls left, right, and centre.
Do you know what? Sir Alex Ferguson can buy crap players. Like Tom Cleverley or something. That's our best midfielder. Anderson. Bloody Anderson. You know when Anderson came, it was like next Ronaldinho. After that one season, they were like, what happened to him?
It was Ronaldinho after he finished his career. No, Ronaldo after he finished his career and got fat. He was fat after a season at Manchester fucking Donuts.
And he still was our number 1 midfielder. Like, he would just be in the midfield. So, I don't know what it is, but Sir Alex Ferguson just got people to run.
Yeah.
That's what Man United was good at, run. You just put the ball in the wing, hope they were quick, cross the ball in, and I had a...
You did have Ryan Giggs, you had Tevez, you had Ronaldo, you had the Beckhams, you had all these players that did that, and he's replaced them.
He was John O'Shea was looking like bloody Vidic.
like Bushala.
Darren Fletcher became bloody Zico or fucking Zidane or something.
Jones looks like a model.
His face is like hilarious, though.
Your best player is Valencia.
What, right now?
100%. Not right now, but he's...
I would say David De Gea is our best player.
It's never good to say your keeper's your best player.
I know, but that's how bad United has been for 5 years.
Yeah.
What,
Pogba, you know what now? When he was first bought, that £100 was a ridiculous amount of money. Now, that was a steal.
It's cheap.
Steal.
It's 150.
Nah, that's stupid.
They're telling me Riyad Mahrez is 100. I'm laughing. What's he done?
No, nothing.
Apart from that one season.
But then he does score now. He hasn't got a team around him. He is quite consistent in his playing form and he's quite skillful. I think with the right players around him, he could flourish. It's not.
But do you think he play under pressure?
That's what I'm thinking, and his ego as well. If it will work. But then they said that about Salah at Chelsea, and look at him now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd have him in any team. Any
Salah.
team.
But this is the thing with Mourinho, though. Kevin De Bruyne, Salah, not William. William was actually alright at Mourinho. Who else is fucked over?
I can't.
I was gonna say Balotelli, But like, because when he was at
himself over.
But when he was at Man City, he was actually alright. And then when he went to the Euro 2008, I thought, wait, we were one of the best strikers in the world. Right? Like, he was
that was when he was most arrogant.
Yeah.
But then you got Lukaku's, you got all these different players that you let go and he's messed about, and that's him. But again, he's another manager that builds a team.
Yeah.
So if you don't fit the mould, and he doesn't like young players, he doesn't like to. And that's why Rashford, he should be a first team player because he will be a star. And he's quite. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I understand. Like when Louis van Gaal was there, my head was like, Rashford should be our #1 striker. But then there's always certain games that against the crap teams where I prefer Rashford against bigger teams than I do against small teams.
Okay, he steps it up.
Yeah.
The World Cup. What do you think our chances are?
Well, if Rashford don't start, then I don't know because Kane doesn't even do crap all for England.
It's the ego, isn't it? When he plays for Tottenham, just like Ali as well, terrible for England. But both of them, they have a team that's moulded around them, and they play for them.
Do you think they're terrible or just tired?
I just think they're arrogant and lazy.
Really, I think the England team is just tired. And what Lampard was saying on Sky when he was saying that they just weren't friends. I think the difference with other countries is they play all over the world, so they can be friends. You got almost half of the Spanish team in the Prem, so they can go and call Mata and come for Christmas dinner and be buddies because they're not rivals. But in England, we're all the top 6 clubs have all the best players and they're all rivals.
Yeah, I feel that.
You can't play for United and then be calling home like Lampard.
They also grew up together. They played tiki-taka together, and especially with the Brazil team where. In this youth system, we are trained to compete and hate the other man. From a young age. Like in America, they can support LA Lakers be wearing a Celtic top, and it's fine.
And they'll be best friends.
Here, if I walked around in Millwall top, my dad would disown me for starters. And, you know what I mean? And you get a slap. But it's our mentality, it's the British way. But I think Southgate, and I think this is a blessing in disguise, he wasn't meant to have the job, he got the job. And I think his experience with the youth team, not really, but... It's like me going, I don't want to be a Hollywood star, but if it comes along...
Because before Allardyce came, he was like, I'm not ready. As soon as Allardyce
went, shouldn't have got the
after
job.
After 4 weeks, he was like, you know what, I'm ready now.
Allardyce should not got... No, he's not an international manager. No way.
Look at like Chris Coleman. Managers that manage small teams tend to do pretty well when they have 10 months to work with a team before going into a championship.
Okay, what about Ryan Giggs at Wales?
I don't know about that one. Giggs was crap the time that he was Man United for just 4 games.
Yeah.
So, but he's very old fashioned. He plays 4-4-2. That's what we was. We played 4-4-2.
Yeah.
But he's just gonna be a son. The problem we have is with the class of '92. They all do the Sir Alex Ferguson thing. When Roy Keane went to Sunderland, he was just playing 4-4-2. He tried to get pacey wingers, 1 tall striker, and then like a support striker. Like they just do what Sir Alex Ferguson did because he was like their success. So they just look at it like, I'm about to do his tactics because it might work here.
It worked. And if I don't, get a boot in the head.
It just doesn't work.
You know what? I always said that England needed Stuart Pearce as their manager because he would just punch someone in the head if they pissed him off. Like, you'll be friends! And now we've got them at West Ham and now we're 11th. So, that's
what Stuart Pearce, even though he's like the most hated manager of all time, he's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's just a bit crazy, isn't it?
It's a bit like Roy Keane, but better.
Yeah,
I think in terms
Roy
of
Keane's unhinged.
As a manager to a player, I think he's a lot better. I think Roy Keane is a bit up his own arse anyway.
Yeah.
Like he'll be doing a conference as an assistant, acting like the manager. Like we're sitting there like most assistants don't chill with their manager like this. But like he's there, like he's like, no, I have to be at the conference too, mate.
Irish. He was a Northern Jamaican.
Hey, I tried, man.
No, don't do me.
See the Liverpool song?
Yes.
Fucking...
Sing it for me.
I don't know.
But we're so cold.
The funniest part is like, hey, don't worry, you know, but we have It's the way he does that.
You see him outside the Anfield on the stage and everyone's singing along, and the guitar guy's like, I'm going to end the song, and he's like playing the beat instead of playing the guitar, and he's like trying to wind it down, and he does like 3 more verses after that. He just kept going, the guy's like, no, we're going to stop now.
That is Joe. Hey, that song is legendary.
Yeah, apparently he's an actor, he's a comedian. Yeah. That's a character.
I posted it on my Instagram too. On his Instagram it says he's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm trying to figure, do you think I joke now? Because I do. Yeah. When I found out he's a comedian, because the way he done the video is actually funny.
Yeah.
So
it's it comes out of nowhere.
What is it, pepper or fucking? It's not even salt. You know what? At first I thought about this salt for salad, and I just thought, let me just get some
salt and salad. Salad.
But like, fucking hell, like it must have been staged.
He was on Soccer AM as well.
Yeah, he was on Soccer AM. He's gonna be on the I think it's BT Sport. Part of like after football action, they're gonna. I mean, he's gonna make 1 million views.
There you go. In the bank, can't complain with that.
He's just got to use it wisely.
Yeah.
The problem with his success is based on a football song.
So you can say that, right? With that, though? You can say that about him. So what do you think about Michael Deeper? Because
I don't think he's gonna last long. Honestly, because I think the problem is, with a lot of Americans as well, is they thought he was an artist. And then when he did a Charlemagne interview, he was like, oh, so you're a musician? He's like, no, I'm a comedian. And I think what's going to happen is, I didn't know who he was to the song. I thought he was going to be doing like parodies. And then I found he's an actor. And then I watched some of his stuff, but it's not really for me.
No.
So
that's his only decent character. For me, that's his only decent character.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's been given a Netflix series, and he's got the funding, he's got a record deal, he's got a Netflix series, he's got this and that and the other. But the other characters are not strong enough, and if you saw what he did on the Brits for a 20-second segment, it was...
Oh, before he got onto the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see how many takes?
Yeah,
so many cuts? And it's the same spot where they were just cut in little bits because he couldn't do one consistent run. Yeah. Now, obviously, people mess up and speech and different things and that, but to be an actor at that calibre, to be on a Netflix show, you need to be able to at least do a run where you can go from there to there for 20 seconds. Yeah. It's not hard. Or rehearse it so you know what you're saying. So don't go in there and just improvise it. I know there's a lot of people that improvise and can nail it. But if you've got that ability, then you should be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I think...
I don't think he was ready for it.
No, I guess not.
I think it's easy to look. I've always said when people do YouTube, especially with people that want to go. I've always said to my friends, especially, it's easy to do a YouTube video because it's on your own. No one's watching you do it. No one's going to tell you what's right and what's wrong. And even if you make a little mistake and no one realises, you can just remix it in because no one's going to care. Then it's your own video. If it's good to you, then you're happy. But when you're on a platform and people are watching and there's people behind the camera, that's a different kind of pressure.
Yeah.
And I think if you're not preparing yourself for that, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
And I think when I look at Michael Dapper, even the guy that did the what's that guy that did the video for YouTube where he had like the what's it called, the leather jacket on Roll Safe, the Roll Safe.
Yeah.
Even when he did the BBC Free show, you can tell he was so crap.
Yeah.
Like he's not the same actor anymore.
And they cut it down so much. And they gave a series. He was casted in a series, and that flopped as well. It was like 2 guys, but it's that. We were talking earlier about the YouTube and the industry, and it's having that ability, and that's where the fine line comes, where you can be elevated very fast from YouTube because you're on your own platform. Yeah. But it's that training, it's that work effort, it's that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of slugging it out, being rejected, refining your craft, and getting to a certain point. To then, when you do get elevated, you've gone, I've done my work, I've done my time, I've struggled, I've not eaten food, I've been skinned, I've not been able to go out, I've not been able to make it to auditions because I can't pay for my train fare. I've done all this, I've gone to auditions and been laughed at and been ridiculed and walked out there kicking myself and hating myself, or having a job and it's flops, or getting a job and it's published and it's shit and you cry about it. 100%. Like, you need to go through those trials and tribulations to get to that point, and one, appreciate it. Appreciate the money. Now, I'm seeing my man, he's flying here, there and everywhere, business class, first class, all this and that, great. Driving in Rolls Royces and all that, great. dude, you know, if I got my first big contract and I had that money and I'm like, first thing I'm going to do, sit that back, invest it, because I know this industry doesn't last forever, this world doesn't last forever. Your success could happen now, then your next job could be in 2 years' time.
But don't you think the problem, I always thought, I don't know if it's just a black thing, so I don't want to put it on that stigma, but when people in like our culture get money, they splash it because they've never had money.
Okay, don't pull me into this one, bro.
But you know what I mean, though.
You just keep talking, I'm just nodding my head.
But it's true, though, isn't it?
I was going to say it myself. I wasn't going to say it, but. But you also get it with the overprivileged, where you've got a point where, and it could be from any background, where they've always had money, so they lack the appreciation of money. So when they've got the money, they still throw it around because they know mummy and daddy are going to support them when it's wrong. So that's what happened to Miley Cyrus. I know she was a child star, so you can't really compare her because she's had an unbalanced childhood, but it's that lack of understanding of what the struggle is. Now, I've gone through stage. I'm not comparing myself to anyone. Like I haven't had an unprivileged background. My parents have always supported me and they've always worked and I've always been able to have food on the table. But then when you take care of yourself, and now I've got my daughter, so I need to take care of her. It's that fine line of I want to go and do a fucking normal job, man. I lasted a month because I couldn't do it because it wasn't for me and it was soul destroying and it was gut wrenching. So instead of actually like pursuing that, and they actually said to me, look, Reis, just carry on with your career, you're not meant to be in an office. And that was literally like, they said to me, you can come back if you want, but this is not for you. And I was like, okay, cool. I was trying to just perform and do stand-up acts in the middle of the office, like, Reis, you're going to do any work? I was like, no, it's my audience, like, I'm on myself. But it's having that struggle built me into the person I am today. And it's made me understand and appreciate not just myself, the industry, the people around me, the work ethic it takes. I started off this journey having an easy ride because I was getting jobs here, there and everywhere because of my training and this and that and the other. And then you go through that struggle. I dislocated my knee on stage. I was out for over a year. I had to have my knee reconstructed. And that ended my musical career. And I had to move myself over. And after that, obviously you have financial plight and you have problems in yourself, and you get through that, and I find that this industry is washed with mental health issues, 100%, massively, and actors are some of the most insecure people you ever meet because they put their souls on the line, they put their emotions on the line, they give themselves their work, and they put themselves out there for everyone to see them, so they're vulnerable. They can't hide away, and it's having that balance of where people from outside the industry see you and they expect you to be rich because you've done 2 jobs, where you're there just going, I need to pay bills, I need to this and that and the other, and to get them to understand because they see the actors on telly and they just assume that you're doing the same thing, or they see these big movie stars and they assume that you're getting the same wage, and it doesn't work like that. And then so when you're going through plight and you look for people to turn to, they will never understand because like, but I work every day and I have the same problems. Well, and I was exactly, you work every day. I get another job and I miss this opportunity and that opportunity and this opportunity and whatever. It's like you have security of your job in a form that you're guaranteed your money every month. I'm not. You know what I mean? But I've got bills to pay, kids to feed, but I'm not guaranteed anything. And I'm sitting by the phone 90% of the time going, please hire me. Like, please give me that job. Please give me a chance. I've got the ability as well. And I didn't have a lot of resentment for YouTube at first. It was just like, I worked so hard to do what these guys are doing. And when I do look at their money back, I'm like, no offence. Like, it's so great what I've done, but I'm better than that.
And I held you down when no one was around. Will you stop me if I'm leaving? Go ahead and play with another, not me. I'm done. Love with another, or several others. I'm done.